Here's a look at Hydriastele. I don't know how that last E is pronounced, but we'll call it Stele. Wendlandiana. And these are small juveniles, no more than 2 feet tall. I've got one in a container, and one of the reasons I'm making this video is this guy in the container is about to go on to another property and be planted. These come from, I believe, northern Australia, from a pretty much pure tropical climate. But one good thing about these, if you live on the Treasure Coast, is they can take a little bit of cold. The parent plant of these lives over on the beach side, and I've got a video of it. It may show up in the suggestions to the right of this video. And the seeds for these babies were taken probably in 2010, 2011. So these seedlings are probably 6 or 7 years old, and which may look discouraging. Just, you know, they're only 2 feet tall at 7 years old. But honestly, they were really slow for a few years, and then they've just sort of burst out in the last year or so. So I think they just have a slow seedling period, especially when they're not in their desired element. Although I do keep constant moisture on them, and I did bring them in if it got below 30, which it has in that 7 years. I think we took 1 night or 2 nights below 30, so I did bring them in for any of that. But they have experienced close to freezing conditions briefly, so they are pretty tough, considering it is, you know, tropical in origin. I've got one over, and you can see before I go over there, there's a good bit of suckering on these, even at a younger age. Which is good. That's one good strategy if you're starting into palm collecting and you live somewhere that isn't like 10B or 11A or whatever. This is 10A, and so we do get freezes from time to time. And so if you have clumping palms, you know, the bigger canes may get set back, but the little suckers on the sides, if they were lower to the ground and protected, it's a good strategy for growing zone bending palms. So anyway, here's another one over here that I planted, again, I guess it was about a year ago, March, so almost a year ago. And I put it close by so that perhaps they could be little pollen buddies. So anyway, Hydriastele, however that's pronounced, Wendlandiana, Hydriastele Wendlandiana, I think that sounds right.